Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Conversations Live here at WYAD 94.1 FM in Mississippi and WYADonline.com, as well as tuning in through Cyrus Webb Presents. We're glad that you all could be with us as well. I have a very special guest that's joining us for this next segment. I was just saying to her, it's hard to believe it's been 8 years since I had a chance to interview Grammy Award-winning singer-songwriter Lalah Hathaway. She's gearing up for the release of her 8th album called VANTABLACK this Friday on June the 14th. We're joined today by my co-host, Dr. Teresa A. Smith, Dr. Taj. We're going to talk to Lalah not only about her musical journey, but also what it's been like for her to do what she loves and to share it with all of you. If you guys have not already pre-ordered VANTABLACK for yourself, we're going to remind you can do that. But Lalah, thank you again for the time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Good to see you.
The pleasure is definitely all mine. So, Lalah, I want to begin by kind of talking about this experience for you, because as you were promoting VANTABLACK online on social media, you were talking about how deeply personal this album was, talking about, VANTABLACK being, the deepest shade of black. What has it been like for you to see the way that people are resonating with that message?
It's been a really kind of enlightening experience. And I feel like I've been through so much in specifically the last 4 years. And I feel like a lot of people in this country specifically have been through a lot. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people of color and specifically Black Americans. And so I just find myself at this point in the history of me and the history of being a Black American in this country, my expression is really through that lens right now. And so it has been quite a journey, and to see other people understanding without me really having to explain it, you know what I mean, has been very edifying.
Yeah. Love that. You were on the Jennifer Hudson show last year. She called you one of the best vocalists around. You were talking about the energy, and I bring that up because the energy makes an appearance on VANTABLACK, so I'm excited about that. What has that been like for you, Lalah, to see how in your career you've had both your peers as well as music lovers like myself really enjoy and appreciate your music?
It's also very edifying. We do what we do because we love what we do, and for your peers to give you your flowers and give you that respect, it means everything. What I do is for myself first, but it's for people. It's for my people, and then for everybody. And so to have that respect is also very edifying.
Well, we're going to talk more about VANTABLACK. I'm going to bring in my co-host, Dr. Taj. He has a couple of questions for you. I'll come back at the end of the segment. Dr. Taj is going to turn it over to you.
Thank you, Cyrus. Lalah, my platform is about transformation and empowerment. And I had the opportunity to hear you in North Carolina in the summer of 2023 when you were with PJ Martin. Oh. And it was awesome. And my music friend was with me, and he said to me, well, Lalah can sing 3 notes at a time. And I said, really? And he knows that I play the piano, but to be honest, I really don't play, even though I took lessons. And I said, she can sing 3 notes, so that's a chord. When did you realize that you could sing 3 notes at a time?
I'm going to qualify it by saying first, it's not the traditional way that you hear a chord, like when you hear 3 separate voices singing a chord. It's an anomaly that my instrument can do. So sometimes it's 3 notes, sometimes it's only 2 notes, sometimes it's 4 notes. And I've seen it happen. The doctor put a scope down there, and I was able to watch my chords doing whatever it is that they do, those little alien chords. So I think I have been sat with that since I was 13 or 14 years old.
It's interesting that you said that your instrument, because as I was prepping for the segment, I was listening to some music and I was like, your voice really is an instrument. And that leads me into my second question. I was listening to The Ultimate Relationship. I think it's the song that you did with Donald Lawrence. And as I said, my platform is about empowerment. I'm an incest survivor, so music is always ministered to me, and positive self-talk. Sometimes it's me talking to myself, and sometimes it's the music. My mom always said the lyrics had to say something to you. The beat's great, but the music has to speak to you. And when I listen to that particular song, and it's about time, it's about the things you say to me in the AM. And I think about how sometimes it's so dark early in the morning, but we know that the dawn is coming. And when I listen to you and your instrument, as you just sort of bring those words to life. I wondered, where did you pull the inspiration from to bring his lyrics to life?
You know, I'm very inspired by music, and I'm very inspired by like affirmation. And so I've also really loved Donald Lawrence. Like, he's one of my favorite people, and I love his artistry and his musicianship. And he's like a quintessential songwriter, arranger, producer. Just the opportunity to work with him was huge for me. But I find that a lot of the music that I create is affirmative in some way, and it's not meant to be preachy. And it's not meant to necessarily take you to church, although a lot of the songs that I sing, I have sung in church, and they're not church songs. I approached a lot of that for this album, for VANTABLACK. A lot of the songs, one song is called I Am, and it's really these affirmations about positivity and about uplifting. You know what I mean? I think it's so important, particularly for our kids, to be able to have music that they can listen to with their parents. That's very important, because it's such a teacher. It's such a time capsule for so many people. And so the music that I create, even if it's sad or happy, or it's mostly the beat, or it's got rap on it, or whatever it is, there has to be some element of hope and uplifting.
Yes. Well, I can tell you now, I cannot wait to hear the album. I am wishing you all the best, and I love the fact that it's affirmations, and I love all genres of music, so I am so excited, and I wish you the very best with your new album. And Cyrus, it is all back in your hands now.
Thank you for that, Dr. Taz. Great questions. I want to talk about, to piggyback off what Dr. Taz was just saying, Lalah, talking about this album, VANTABLACK, because I think the thing is that is so special about it is you have these great songs. So in Love, you're our artist of the week right now here in Mississippi on WYAD. So in Love is being featured this week. But you have so many great songs with other creatives, MC Light, Gerald Albright. Talk to us about that. What it's like for you to have other artists that you respect be a part of this project with you.
You know, I'm such a collaborative artist, and my whole career has been that. I have been in much the way that my father is known for the collaborations with other people. So Joe Sample and Marcus Miller and Gregory Porter and Snoop Dogg and Kendrick Lamar and Take Six. I really enjoyed having people come to my house this time and participate on my record. So to have a record where we have people like MC Light and Rhapsody and Fonte, Common, Gerald Albright, Michael McDonald, Willow Smith, I'm just honored that they came to get down, and it is what I would do. I really enjoy making music with people and trading the ideas and having that musical conversation. So it's really baked into what I do already.
Lalah, you talked about, again, I mentioned earlier, social media, and that's one of the ways, of course, you've been able to communicate with your audience. That's how you told us about VANTABLACK and the meaning of it for you. Talk to us about that. You built this tribe that's literally around the world, where people not only are, as Dr. Taj just said, inspired by your music, but moved by it. How does that feel to know that the instrument, as you were describing it, has been able to touch people literally around the world?
I love the folks that get me. I really do. I started a website in 1997. It was called The Pink Room, and I met people from all over the world, like you said, that I'm friends with still today, and still see when I go to their country to play. We have friends in the Netherlands, in Spain, in Japan, just all over the world. And so for me, the social media piece of it is natural. I'm kind of a techie, kind of a geek, kind of into it. It has changed a lot, but the folks that have been with me since 1990, a lot of them are still with me. And so we have grown up together and watched these social platforms come and go. And we've been on MySpace and listening to music. We've been in YouTube rooms. We've been on Twitter and we've watched that all down. We've been on Facebook. We have a group on Facebook called the Lalah Holics. So I just try to stay in touch with the people that I work for. You know what I mean?
Right.
And for me, most of that is fun.
Love that. Well, Lalah, I really appreciate your time once again. Hopefully it won't be another 8 years before I get a chance to speak with you. But everyone, VANTABLACK is out this Friday, June the 14th. You can go ahead and pre-order it now. Of course, our partner is Amazon, but you can get it through any of the platforms that are out there. Again, So in Love is being featured right here on the radio side for those tuning in on the radio side here at WYAD 94.1 FM. And Lalah, I know your fans are excited about being able to stay connected with you and meet up with you this year. How can they stay connected with you?
Well, I'm on the internet everywhere. People say, I tried to get in touch with you. And I say, did you? Because I'm right out there, basically. I'm online, Lalah Hathaway everywhere. And hopefully I'm coming to play live soon for you.
Love that. Well, Lalah, thank you again for the time. Really do appreciate it. Dr. Toss, thank you so much for spending some time with us today and looking forward to our next conversation together, Lalah.
Absolutely. Be well.
And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live here on WYAD 94.1 FM and Cyrus Webb presents. Until next time, you all make it a great one. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.